Libra, as I tune into your 1212 portal energy, I feel a strong shift around balance. Not the kind of balance you perform externally, but the balance you've been avoiding internally. If you've been feeling pulled in opposite directions, or if you're questioning what's meant to stay and what's meant to leave, this reading will clarify exactly what's activating for you. Keep listening, because the portal is highlighting your next chapter, your next move, and the truth behind the delays you've been sensing. Before we begin, a reminder. If you want a personal 2026 complete reading, start at $155, and the link is below. Now, Libra, let's see what the 1212 portal is opening in your life. Your first activation comes through the Justice card, fitting for you. This shows that the portal is correcting something that has been unfair, imbalanced, or draining. Whether it's work, relationships, or a personal decision, the scales are being recalibrated. For some Libras, you've overextended yourself trying to keep the peace. For others, you've been paying the emotional cost for someone else's lack of accountability. The activation here is restoring your power by restoring the truth. The second layer shows that you're becoming aware of what you've been tolerating. The 1212 energy brings clarity about what no longer aligns with your values or long-term direction. Instead of adjusting yourself to fit situations, you begin adjusting situations to fit what you truly want. This is not a conflict. It's a recalibration of priorities. Third, justice activates a decision you've been postponing. Something that once felt complicated becomes simple when the truth is clear. You're able to choose based on logic and alignment rather than guilt or pressure. This decision may close a chapter or redefine a dynamic, but whatever it is, it finally brings relief. And lastly, this card shows that karmic cycles are ending. You're no longer repeating the pattern of giving more than you receive. This portal activates a version of you that expects balance instead of negotiating for it. Your energy becomes stronger, boundaries clearer, and your future more stable. Your next card appears as the Knight of Pentacles. This activation is pushing you into slow, consistent progress after a phase of uncertainty. You've been wanting results fast, but the portal is showing you where slow growth actually creates long-term stability. This isn't stagnation. It's strategic foundation building. The second layer reveals a shift in your daily habits. You start making small commitments that add up. Better focus, clearer planning, consistent effort. Instead of trying to fix everything at once, you begin solving one thing at a time, and this makes your energy cleaner, calmer, and more productive. Third, the Knight of Pentacles brings healing around patience. Not the passive kind, but the kind where you actively build towards something. If you felt unmotivated or scattered, this portal gives you grounded momentum. You won't feel the need to rush because you'll finally trust the direction you're moving in. And finally, this card indicates that something stable is coming your way. Work, finances, or a responsibility that gives structure. You're entering a season where consistency pays off. The universe is activating long-term success rather than temporary wins. Your next activation comes through the Seven of Cups. This portal is clearing mental fog and helping you see through illusions, distractions, or emotional confusion. You've had too many options, too many expectations, or too many voices influencing your choices. The 1212 energy strips all of that noise away. The second layer shows that you've been overwhelmed because you've been trying to find the perfect option. Libra wants harmony, but decision-making becomes difficult when everything seems possible. The portal is helping you identify what is emotionally true rather than mentally ideal. Third, the Seven of Cups activates discernment. You're no longer drawn to surface-level promises, inconsistent people, or unstable opportunities. Your intuition becomes sharper about what is real and what is simply fantasy or temporary excitement. And finally, once the confusion clears, you choose one path with confidence. The moment you choose, the energy that was scattered begins organizing itself. This single decision opens a timeline that felt blocked for months. Your next activation appears as the Queen of Swords. This is your clarity. your voice, your boundaries finally being honored. The portal activates a strong mental shift. You stop softening your communication to avoid conflict. You state what you need without guilt. The second layer shows that you are cutting through emotional manipulation or indecision. Anyone who has taken advantage of your kindness, silence, or patience will no longer have access to your energy in the same way. You become more selective, not to be cold, but to protect your mental peace. Third, this card highlights a major conversation. Whether it's confronting someone, ending something, renegotiating terms, or expressing a truth you've held back, the 1212 portal supports clean communication. You speak with clarity and you're finally heard. And lastly, this card activates your strategic thinking. You're seeing long-term consequences clearly. Every choice becomes intentional, and you stop entertaining anything that doesn't support your future. Your next activation reveals itself through the Six of Pentacles. This shows the portal is shifting how you give and receive. You're realizing that balance doesn't come from giving everything, it comes from equal exchange. You're learning to invest your time, energy, and effort where it actually grows. The second layer shows financial adjustments. You may receive support, opportunities, or resources that help you stabilize. At the same time, you stop overspending your energy on people or situations that don't reciprocate. This portal highlights where your value is recognized and where it's wasted. Third, this activation influences relationships. You start noticing who invests in you, who listens, who supports, who shows up without conditions. You also see who drains you, who expects too much, or who gives too little. This clarity shifts your emotional connections. And finally, you move into a season where your energy return multiplies. The more you give to aligned people and aligned work, the more it grows. Your generosity becomes powerful when it's directed at the right places. Your next activation comes through the Strength card. This portal is activating internal resilience, not the kind where you stay strong by suppressing emotions, but the kind where you face discomfort with clarity and honesty. Something inside you is becoming unshakable. The second layer reveals emotional self-control, not holding back, but regulating your reactions in a way that protects your peace. You become less affected by external chaos or opinions. You stop seeking approval and start trusting your own judgment. Third, Strength activates a healthier relationship with fear. Instead of avoiding discomfort, you walk through it. You confront what you previously ran from, whether it's a conversation, a decision, or a risk. The fear loses its power because you're no longer negotiating with it. And lastly, this activation brings courage for a new chapter. You stop waiting for the perfect timing. You take the step because you are ready, not because the conditions are ideal. Your next card comes through as the Ace of Pentacles. This portal is bringing a new beginning in the physical world. Money, work, home, or stability. A seed is being planted. An opportunity shows up. Something foundational begins. The second layer shows that this opportunity is practical and long-term. It's not a quick win. It's something that grows with time. You may begin a new job, build a new routine, or start a long-term plan that brings real stability. Third, the Ace of Pentacles activates grounded confidence. You stop questioning whether you deserve success. You stop delaying your progress. You start taking steps that support real-world results, savings, structure, consistency, discipline. And finally, this card opens a timeline that leads to security. Your relationship with money becomes healthier. You attract opportunities because you're aligned with stability rather than survival. Your final activation comes through the Three of Wands. This is your expansion. The 1212 portal pushes you beyond your comfort zone. There's movement, growth, and progress ahead. You're preparing for the next phase of your life. The second layer shows long-term vision becoming clearer. You see beyond the present moment. Plans that felt uncertain now have direction. You may explore new opportunities, collaborations, or even consider relocation or travel. Third, the Three of Wands activates delayed manifestations. Something you've been waiting for finally begins to move. The energy that was blocked becomes available. You see evidence that your intentions are working. And finally, this card shows that you are stepping into expansion with confidence. You're not overthinking. You're not doubting. You're ready to step into your next chapter, and the 1212 portal gives you the green light. Libra, the 1212 portal is activating clarity, balance, truth, opportunity, and long-term growth. This is the shift you've been waiting for.